You know, when I talked about Bernie Williams, the laud and the bond there, and his remarkable accomplishments, he's also a member of the NAMM Foundation Board of Directors. And he has gone with us to Washington, D.C. for the last 7 years to help us advocate for music education. So we are really so grateful for our leaders and partners in the music industry and music education advocacy, and one of them is here to present another very important award to another NAMM Foundation board member, and that is Terry Lowe of Timeless Communications, who is here to present the Don Johnson Award. Terry?
Good morning, I'm Terry Lowe. I'm publisher of MMR Magazine, Musical Merchandise Review, and I'm here to present our annual Don Johnson Award. Well, everyone in the room, and practically everyone at the NAMM Show, is familiar with Chuck Surack as the founder of Sweetwater Music and Sweetwater Sound in Fort Wayne, Indiana. But he's equally notable for his philanthropic efforts. While he and his wife Lisa don't limit their generosity only to music-related organizations and causes, he's actually donated to more than 600 different organizations. Their contributions to music are nearly unmatched. The Voice of Unity Youth Choir, the Indiana University Jacobs School of Music, Arts United of Fort Wayne, and the Fort Wayne Philanthropic Orchestra are just a handful of the many groups that benefit from Chuck and Lisa's generosity. Music is a part of Chuck's DNA. He's been a lifelong musician and is still an active performer in 2 bands. And he says, it's just fun to be able to connect with the other players. It's fun to be able to connect with the audience and share and play what's really on your mind and in your heart. Chuck's passion for music helped form the early days of Sweetwater back in 1979. A lot of you weren't even born then. He was operating a 4-track studio out of his VW bus, and that same passion has been the driving force behind the company's evolution to become what is now one of the nation's largest dealers of musical instruments and professional audio gear. The goal and spirit of the Don Johnson Award are well expressed on this trophy that Mary is holding behind her. It says, in recognition and appreciation for outstanding advocacy and support for music education at the community and national level. In other words, with the annual award, we at MMR look to honor folks in our industry who go beyond simply running a good and successful retail operation, but who also care passionately about the culture of music making and how it benefits individuals, families, and their communities. Chuck Surack is unquestionably one of those people. Chuck has stated about his spirit of giving, Lisa and I feel incredibly fortunate, incredibly blessed, and we know we can't take it with us. We know we're in a position today to help others. It feels like a personal responsibility. I mean, how sad would it be to go through life and die with a bunch of money and know you didn't help others who really needed it? I think everyone in this room would agree that if all successful individuals shared this sentiment and actually acted upon it, the world would be a brighter, better place. Today, Chuck joins a truly elite group of MI industry luminaires whose dedication to the advancement of and advocacy for music education has helped keep the culture we all treasure alive and progressing. So it's a great honor that I have to present the 2018 Don Johnson Award to Mr. Chuck Surack of Sweetwater Sound.
Wow. Terry, thank you. And I've played on a lot of stages all around the country with some really famous and great musicians, but it's probably more intimidating today to follow these young musicians. How incredible was their talent, and how great is their future and our future to be able to listen to folks like them. I'm just blown away. Thank you for the kind introduction. I'm deeply honored to receive the Don Johnson Industry Service Award. I've always considered this to be one of the most prestigious awards from the music industry, and for proof of that, you only have to look to the past honorees, some amazing people: Dave Teeple, Felice Mancini, Keith Marduk, George Quinlan Jr. and Sr., John Diodario and Jim Diodario, Mary just a few years ago, and Steve West, and then last year, Susan and Jonathan Lipp. Such an impressive list, and all folks that I deeply admire and respect. I'm overwhelmed to have my name even mentioned in the same sentence as them. It's true that my wife Lisa and I have been strong advocates and financial supporters of literally hundreds and hundreds of music and arts education programs, not only in Fort Wayne, but actually all over the country, and for nearly 40 years. You see, music was central to my education at Wayne High School back in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and it gave me the skills that I've used throughout my personal and professional life. But I would be preaching to the choir, or in this case the band today, to recount to you all the benefits of music education. We've all seen the studies, heard the personal stories, and experienced it ourselves. If the people in this room don't get it, then nobody will. Instead, I'd like to list some of the most recent music education programs that Lisa and I have supported, but more importantly, tell you why we've supported these programs, what need we were filling, and what did we hope to accomplish. It's not only about the tangible, personal, scholastic, and behavioral benefits we all know about. Let me start with a program in Fort Wayne, brand new, called Be Instrumental, and it's run by the Fort Wayne Community Schools Foundation. We recently donated $500,000 and 100 music instruments, saxophones, trumpets, clarinets, flutes, and so forth, toward a campaign goal of nearly $3 million to purchase 5,000 instruments over the next couple years. And we want to purchase these instruments for those students that are in elementary, middle, and high school that can't afford to buy an instrument. Fort Wayne Community Schools already had, by any measure, an exemplary music performance program. But for Lisa and me, that was not enough. Too many students were unable to be in the program, so our goal was access. I'm glad to say that overall music education enrollment has grown by more than 500 students in just 1 year because of the Be Instrumental program, and again, to grow to more than 5,000 over the next few years. I'm also chairman of the board of directors for our fabulous Fort Wayne Philharmonic Orchestra, as Terry said. In addition to being a full-time orchestra playing great concerts, the Fort Wayne Phil has an amazing educational outreach program which performs hundreds and hundreds of educational programs every year in Northeast Indiana. And one specific program that Lisa and myself support is the Club O, an El Sistema type program where we provide orchestral instruments and training, as well as teach life lessons and help build self-esteem for some of the most vulnerable children in our community. We are also founding members and significant supporters of the 15-year-old Unity Performing Arts Foundation. Unity is a multifaceted performing arts organization with a focus on empowering and developing young people in the areas of artistry, character, and leadership. Unity focuses on promoting the soulful arts forms through education, training, and entertainment in the areas of choral music, dance, drama, creative writing, oratory, and instrumental music. We now have past students who are major actors on Broadway. We have students that are playing in famous bands all across the country. And we also have students who've gone on to professional careers now in education, in law, in healthcare, business, and so much more. We recently announced Sweetwater's becoming the national sponsor of Little Kids Rock. The brainchild of its founder, David Wish, this national foundation provides schools across the country with instruments and instruction to teach its modern band. I believe that modern band will one day stand alongside marching band, concert band, orchestra, and jazz band as one of the standard instrumental music programs offered at schools everywhere. Modern band students learn by playing and performing and composing the contemporary music that they know and love, be it rock, pop, R&B, hip hop, and so many other popular music styles. And the instruments include drums, guitar, bass guitars, ukuleles, keyboards, in addition to vocals. Not only are we supporting the program at a national level, we've recently brought the program to Fort Wayne as a pilot program in 3 elementary schools, and we hope to expand it even further very soon. Lisa and I completely endorse David's goal of creating another great option for attracting students to get involved in music. More options, that's the goal. Now let's talk about higher education and jobs. Since the beginning of Sweetwater, we have supported colleges and universities all over the country. For the last 20 years or so, we've also been working very closely with two local universities, the University of St. Francis and what was most recently renamed Purdue Fort Wayne School of Music, to create a 4-year degree program in music technology and business. Both schools are graduating students with skills in recording, mixing, and live sound, as well as composing, songwriting, music performance, coupled with business and marketing skills. We've helped fund scholarships, faculty positions, and most recently, new facilities for both schools. The University of St. Francis now owns a 2,100-seat theater in the heart of Fort Wayne and totally built out music technology studios and labs. And just earlier this month, we announced that the Sweetwater campus will become home of the Purdue University's Music Technology degree program. I might add, Purdue was the only Big Ten school without a school of music, and now they have one. We've already begun designing the construction of studios, classrooms, practice rooms, and much more in a dedicated building just south of our main building. And not only will students have a state-of-the-art learning facility, they will also have access to all the amenities of the Sweetwater campus. And through interaction with the Sweetwater employees and exposure to our 3 professional recording studios, our 250-seat performance theater, our 3,000-seat pavilion, through internships, students will be able to explore their potential future in the music industry. This is a great partnership between education and private business. I might add, Sweetwater has already been hiring graduates from these 2 programs over the last several years. And as these programs are quickly expanding, we anticipate hiring many more of them over the next years. But the skills taught in these schools will also prepare students to work at places like Apple or Google, or directly in our music products industry. These are just some of the highlights of Lisa and myself and what we're trying to do in our community and our region. We also provide scholarships, operating funds, and in-kind support to almost every school in our area and across the country, because we believe every school music program needs help. Finally, I'm very humbled to have been asked to be a member of the inaugural Board of Trustees for the NAMM Foundation. In this role, and with my fellow board members and all of NAMM's support, I'm looking forward to further supporting music and music education all around the world. And I hope to use this platform to encourage you and others to join in and make a true difference. And to conclude, I hope I've given you a broader vision of why we should all support music education. For Lisa and me, it means creating access, options, and jobs. We want kids to have more access to instruments, more options in the kinds of music they play, and finally, to be able to learn the skills that will help guarantee them a job in the music industry, or frankly, any other industry they may grow up and want to do. I know music is a gift, and it will make us all a better person throughout our life. And I want to make sure that that gift is available to as many people as we can. Again, thank you to MMR and for this great honor. I accept it on behalf of my lovely wife, who is very much my partner in choosing what things we support, as well as our nearly 1,300 Sweetwater employees. Without this, none of this would have been possible. I'm sincerely honored and humbled, and thank you very much, Terry. And have a great day, everybody.